Lordran.
I think that's it for that. And actually, I have no idea what I was saying. I just got completely mind sidetracked. I live up in the Northeast, and we had a hurricane up here, and it took out my job's electricity. So I've not been at work for the last few days, and I just got told today that I have the weekend off. Which, besides vacations, I've not had a weekend off in 7 years, and I'm actually a bit annoyed because I don't know what to do with it. I don't really have any friends in the area, so yeah, it's one of those things. I'm really confused about what I should be doing right now. So I decided that I was going to work on this character. I have a friend that I've been kind of goofing around in this game again since the DLC came out. So at Lordran, you can level up at bonfires, although I'm not a big fan of bonfires at the moment. So we're going to do our natural little exploring routine here. And for those of you who watch me play this through the first time, I'm actually going to hold off on talking to people. I'm just going to go around and collect things. That way there's no broken imagery of where I'm going. There is an item up there. You can't see it. We can see the dead body's knee, but can't see the item itself. But we are going to sneak down here real quickly. Real quickly, I mean not very quickly at all. But do some collecting. Homeward Bones will allow us to teleport back to any bonfire that we have already rested at, and it's actually the last bonfire we rested at, so it is limited. The Morning Star is a mace-type weapon. It is blunt damage and can also cause bleeding, just like our bandit knife. So for the thief, it's actually a very good alternative starting weapon. And then we also get a talisman, which allows us to cast miracles, if we so choose. Cracked Red Eye Orb allows us to invade other worlds. That is a PvP item. You're not going to be seeing me make any use of it, unfortunately. However, that is where you get it. And same thing, Lloyd's Talismans stop a player, specifically in PvP. You would throw them at the host, and it stops them from using Estus Flasks. And the reason I say the host is that when multiplayer, you can only drink from an Estus Flask if you are the host. So here are some skeletons. I'm going to test out my luck on them and fail already. Not a good start. Oh no! Alright, so what's really giving me a huge edge here is, there we go, perfect. And off you go. If anybody else is having trouble fighting these skeletons, there are other means. So something I mentioned earlier is that I have a kick maneuver. And here I'm just taking advantage of using their recoil to get off a backstab. But you do have a kick maneuver in this game. If you need any practice, I recommend trying to push skeletons off ledges. It's one of the easiest and kind of most fun things to do, because, I mean, they're skeletons. So it's pretty great knocking one of them off the ledge. I need you to face that way again. Thank you. Also, positioning yourself. Skeletons are kind of one of those great enemies. This early in the game, you should probably not be doing this zone. I would put the zone... It depends on how you want to play the game. You actually can come through here at whatever level you really feel like it. I'm in here just to collect a few treasures, and then I'm going to skedaddle. I'm not Southern, I should not be saying that. Not that that's restricted to Southern people saying it. However, it sounds kind of awkward when I say it. Not part of my normal vocabulary. Wow, he's got some range. Here you see me abusing some invincibility frames, which can become a very useful thing. So here I'm unlocking just so I get a feel of where this ledge is, because I am going to corral these two over here. And although I doubt that I'm going to be able to actually push them off that ledge as I intend to, the terrain makes it more difficult for them to fight because they have numbers, and I'm abusing invincibility frames like crazy. Skeletons actually can drop some items. They have a few items. Nothing I'm a big fan of. If you like curved swords, they do have curved swords. There we go. Perfect. Couldn't have been handled any better. He did drop me a scimitar, which as you can see does a little bit more damage. However, this bandit's knife down here you see does a critical versus the scimitar only doing 100. And slash damage, I was a huge fan of it in the last game. I'm not a big fan of it in this game. And a lot of the slashing weapons do not have a bleeding effect, which is what this icon is down here. So with that being said, I'm probably not going to be using any curved swords. Their moveset is actually quite attractive, though. So the one-handed is nice, smooth attacks. So if you like a faster attacking weapon, curved swords can be great for you. So those were the R1 flurries. The R2, which is your strong attack on a curved sword, is that. And that's actually a multi-hit. So it hits once and then twice. And then if you combo it, you'll have that nice big strike. I'm not sure if this game did it as well as the last. That was pretty decent. That would be an entire combo. R1, R1, R2, R2. The two-handed strikes for it are kind of decent. You do get a small benefit from two-handing. This is a dex-based weapon and not a strength-based. So you actually get less of a benefit from two-handing it, but you still do get a benefit from two-handing it. And there you get a beautiful uppercut if you are two-handing it. One of the most memorable things about this is that instead of that kick animation that we had, this actually has a slash and retreat maneuver. This can be very good for PvP purposes specifically, or certain enemies. I'm not a big fan of it. I generally am one of those people that if I get close enough to my enemy, I want to stay in on top of my enemy. So here we got another skeleton forming. Oh god. And he's huge, and he's taking 7 damage from our little bandito knife here. And I also just raised some other skeletons. I got the treasure I wanted. I got what's called the wing spear, and I'm probably going to goof around with that for a bit, just because I like being able to play very defensive. And it's a dex character. Not completely comfortable with them yet. So, come up here. You have to go into the graveyard and then come up a stairwell to get this item, and I should have de-aggroed all the skeletons. I just want to wait a moment to make sure they're not. Crow's still there. Yeah, but they're definitely not chasing me anymore, thankfully enough, because I actually just learned about this watching a video the other day, and I think I might have been aware of it like the first few times I played the game, but was not really aware of it recently. But there we get a Soul of a Lost Undead. I will explain those in just a moment. But yep, we can sneak right back on here. Alright, now we need to do some talking and some explaining. So for those of you not interested in lore and just want the combat, skip to the next video. For those of you who are interested in everything, weakness is his rear. Probably.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Stop reading that message.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.